Commission on Elections, or Comelec Bank, approves the second withdrawal and substitution of nominees of party list group Duterte Youth, despite its filing past the deadline before the closing of polls on election day. Election lawyer Emmy says the poll body is rewriting its own rules.
For example, one of the petitions that we filed is actually the petition to declare nullity of registration of the Duterte Youth and or the cancellation of the registration. Bakit petition to declare nullity? Because ang aming theory is that they did not exist in the first place. This is the only party list group in the whole history ng party list system natin na hindi dumaan ng publication at saka ng hearing.
Marañon draws parallels with Ronald Cardema's related petition. Cardema was accepted as number 1 nominee when he is past the age limit for youth representatives and was able to petition for substitution when the other nominees withdrew.
And the same case with the Cardema petition. We saw paano niya binaboy, paano niya ginim yung withdrawal at saka yung substitution na kahit hindi siya qualified to sit as representative ng youth sector, yet nagawa ng paraan na para maging number 1 nominee siya.
Author and tech entrepreneur Andrew Keen says only a data version of the nuclear disaster Chernobyl can bring democracy back to the internet.
It's going to take a kind of data catastrophe of the equivalent of Chernobyl to wake us up. Chernobyl essentially broke up the Soviet Union because it exposed all the corruption, all the inefficiencies, all the redundancy of the Soviet regime.
Keen joins Google Asia Pacific Region News Lab lead Irene J. Liu and Democracy and Disinformation Consortium convener John Neri in the panel discussion Cutting Through the Noise during Rappler's 2019 Social Goods Summit. Liu, who connects Google with newsrooms across the Asia Pacific, disagrees with Keen.
If we listen to and understand better like how this is changing and how those user behaviors are evolving and how they can actually educate older generations, I think that you might actually see quite a lot of change in the coming years.
In his keynote speech, Keen says the world looks like it's entering a new dark age.
So the great tragedy of the internet and of the digital revolution today is for all its enlightenment potential, it's resulting in a new dark age. And then it's no coincidence then that this digital revolution is going hand in hand with this democratic recession. Today we're confronted with a real crisis of democracy. The biggest scarcity of the digital age is not information or data, but trust. We need to harness and control and civilize the digital revolution.
Haze from the forest fires burning in the islands of Sumatra and Borneo in Indonesia reached the Philippines. Carried by the southwest monsoon winds, residents report seeing haze hovering over provinces in the central and southern Philippines, such as Cebu, Siquijor, Puerto Princesa, Palawan, Iloilo City, Baybay Leyte, Laguindingan, Misamis Oriental, and Bukidnon. The Environmental Management Board in the Central Visayas issues a warning for residents of Petro Cebu to avoid going outside or wear protective masks during peak hours. The iconic Good Shepherd ube jam from Baguio City will be sporting a new look because of a supply shortage. The religious of the Good Shepherd says on Facebook that changing climate has made it more difficult for ube farmers to cultivate the familiar purple root crop. Climate emergency is real. Due to changing climate, our ube farmers are having difficulty growing ube. Now our ube jam sports a new look. Yes, it is ube jam from white ube. In the United States, several hundred young activists, including 16-year-old Swedish environmental activist Greta Thunberg, gather for a climate summit at the United Nations. They hit older generations for doing too little to curb carbon emissions. Young Argentine activist Bruno Rodriguez says, quote, "Many times we hear that our generation is going to be the one in charge of dealing with the problems that current leaders have created, and we will not wait passively to become that future. The time is now for us to be leaders." On Friday, September 20, masses of children skipped school to join global strikes. Thunberg says these are quote-unquote only the beginning of the movement. HBO original series Game of Thrones takes the top 2019 Emmy for Best Drama. But dark British comedy Fleabag is the surprise major winner of television's biggest night. Thrones finishes with 12 awards overall for its final season, with actor Peter Dinklage winning his 4th Best Supporting Actor award, ending its 8-season run with 59 Emmys, a record for a drama or comedy. BBC comedy show Fleabag star Phoebe Waller-Bridge beats 8-time acting winner Julia Louis-Dreyfus as Outstanding Lead Actress in a Comedy Series. The show itself wins Best Comedy Series. Fleabag also scoops awards for Best Comedy Writing and Directing.